All right, so Virgos, welcome back. We're going to do one of my other favorite storytelling styles where it's the blunt message from the universe. Sometimes this can be harsh, sometimes it can be bold, sometimes it's soft. It's different every time. The first message out is, we've got a ton of abundance. This is keep our eye on the prize. Remember what we're working for. Count up the blessings that we already have. Even the simple things. Notice how in this case, we're seeing all kinds of food that has been grown. We're seeing the things that nourish us. So recognizing that the things that we've been working for are going to yield results, and noticing that the things that are going to, like, think of how important food is. If we aren't well fed, how do we have the energy to do anything else in life? So this is pretty much, it's like food and oxygen and water are kind of our big three, right? As the baseline for what we really need. And this is something we're about to have an abundance of what we need. So there's wonderful prosperity up ahead. So it's a little bit like keep our eye on the prize, but also remember that we may already have these seemingly simple gifts that have graced our life. And so we don't want to overlook them either and be like, you never miss your water until a well runs dry. Is it Jimmy Cliff who does a version of that that's just gorgeous? I want to say it's Jimmy Cliff. I'm singing it in my head right now, and I'm hearing it in his voice, but I might be mistaken. Probably more than one person sings it. My mom used to play it all the time, and I want to say it's Jimmy Cliff. Anyway, we've got the king, not the king, the Prince of Swords here as well. Big message says, this is coming in rapidly. Either our Virgo is about to receive some, this could be a chunk of money. This could be a chunk of abundance, whatever abundance looks like. It's something that will nourish and that we can turn into many other things. And it's coming in fast. 3 of Wands. This is all about looking at the future. Things are going to be changing for our lead character here. And it's going to happen fast when it happens. The future is going to arrive all of a sudden. Something that we thought was like, I'm going to have to work really hard. It's going to take a long time, but someday maybe I'll have that kind of success. And it's like, oh, wow. I didn't realize how much energy I'd already put toward this, and it's all coming together way faster. This future looks freaking fantastic for this Virgo. The Magician and the Judgment card. What? Okay, so hold on. First off, we may be talking about all kinds of like monetary abundance or creature comfort kind of abundance that is going to be heaped upon Virgo. But it's not just that that's coming in. There's another opportunity at something else. Virgo, without realizing it, this Virgo has maybe spent the last 7 years, 7 months, maybe it's just 7 days, but I feel like it's a longer amount of time where this Virgo has been, every step they've been taking has been to try to work really hard to build something. And they, in their work, and this would be such a Virgo thing to do, in the work that they've been doing, they almost lost sight of just how much they've accomplished. This could be a Virgo who has been like, they've been saving a little bit of money, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. And, when other things have happened in their life where they needed to support somebody and give a little help here, a little help there, all those people that Virgo has maybe given assistance to, that could be coming back to them, also being heaped upon them. Like all kinds of amazing returns are coming into the Virgo's life. All of a sudden, it could all happen at once. And it's all because this Virgo has, without realizing or without necessarily consciously realizing it, every step they've been taking has been bringing them toward this moment of abundance, this moment of prosperity. Because this is like Merlin in his cave, where our Virgo has been wielding magic within their heart space for a very long time. And one of the other big things that is happening for this Virgo is some form of reconciliation. Now, the Judgment card, when I say reconciliation, it doesn't mean that it's going to be like, oh, finally, I'm going to be back with that lover. It could mean that, but this really is something that you notice how this, We've dreamed of this over and over and over. I want to say somebody has spent so many nights alone in their bed, in their lonely bed, and all of a sudden something is changing. They're going through, I want to say that somebody's not going to be single any longer either. I think this Virgo has lived a fairly, like a life of austerity for a long time, where it was mostly just work, not a whole lot of companionship, not a whole lot of love, not a whole lot of anything. We've got that Nine of Wands at sideways. That's like a wounded warrior who's half of the Virgo had almost like given up and said, this is just what life is. It's a lot of work. I don't really have a partner. I don't really have anybody to help me. I do my best, and I'm moderately comfortable, but I haven't seen any major takeoffs in my life. I think this is just kind of like a plateau of an existence, and this says it's not going to be a plateaued existence at all. Princess of Sacred Circles, we've got a new beginning here. This could be if someone always wished that they could have children, no matter what age they are, they might be having children in their life. This card can represent children. It represents whatever the big thing was that this Virgo has wanted. They're actually ending up with it still. And this could be such a surprise, such a surprise. This could be, it doesn't have to be like, genuine human children, but it could be. And remember, there's lots and lots of different ways to have little babies. Maybe it's, we do see her pregnant, but this could be someone who, adopts, somebody who fosters, somebody who, they meet someone who has children. It's, there's a lot of different things. If we're talking about human babies, it may come into their world in a very different way. Someone else's, they're an auntie or an uncle to someone, and then they wind up becoming the person who raises that child. It's a very big turn of events, and it is bringing a new beginning. It's the first step for this huge life altering phase for this Virgo, after a phase of a long plateau where not a whole lot changed. Just the Virgo worked and worked and worked. We've got this Hanged One, and you notice it did come out in kind of a jaunty angle there, but it's enough upright that I would call it primarily upright, not fully horizontal, but it's somewhere in between horizontal and upright. Again, with the baby, something that is about to be born. This Hanged Man, instead of carrying the message of, it's delays and it's needing to look at things from a different perspective, this is actually saying that plateau period has been anything but a plateau. It's been a time of gestation. It's been a time where whatever was getting ready to blossom and rebirth in the Virgo's life's about to get crazy busy. If they've been single all this time, they're not going to be single much longer. If they've been living life as a, oh, I'm single, I don't even have kids, guess what? They're going to meet somebody who has kids, or they're going to suddenly get pregnant, or they're going to suddenly, build that family that they might have always dreamed of having, but they almost thought, but it's never going to happen for me. It's, I've never seen any change in my life whatsoever. I haven't met anyone. This is all saying that plateau. Why did our Virgo have this plateau period in their life? Because there's a reason. Every time that there's a plateau, what I'm going to say is it was probably for Virgo to lay a foundation. 7 of Cups. It was, so 7s are divine numbers, and we start out with that 7 of Pentacles, which was about building that foundation where maybe this Virgo had to work really, really hard to build a platform for their life to then grow off of. Maybe they're only just now ready to actually, if this was about kids, they're only just now ready to meet that perfect partner and have that family with that person. Or they're only just now ready that a baby doesn't have to be a human baby. It's anything that we're going to nurture. Maybe this Virgo is only just now really ready to have their own business or to build this incredible empire. Whatever this is, during that time of that plateau, seemingly plateaued energy, the universe was like, no, I wanted Virgo to get a chance to explore the world a little bit, explore different ways of living. This Virgo might have been someone who they needed to be as single as they were for a while, because they're the kind of person who needs to roam, to taste, lots of different things out of different cups. They might have needed to, experience life as a single person who was, backpacking across the world. And then they needed to live life as a person who was, in some kind of a romance, but it was, like city life, and it was a jet setter lifestyle, and they were coming and going, and meeting up on exotic holidays and stuff. And then another, year of, Virgo's life, they needed to just be without anyone in their life for a while. They needed to do a deep personal discovery. The things that they've been doing have it's not been a plateau at all. This almost seems like maybe this has been a 7-year cycle where each year for 7 years in a row, the Virgo learned or lived their life in a slightly different way. And it was all super important. And I only say that because 7 is a divine number. Maybe the person that the Virgo is going to match with, they too had to have like a 7-year cycle where every year they had to do something vastly different. That was a lesson for them. It was a different, let me put it this way. I'm saying that it was a plateau, almost like it was boring, but then I'm saying the exact opposite, where it's like each year they did something vastly different. What I mean by this is that the priority in the Virgo's life might have been different from year to year. The thing that they thought they would have wanted, the image that they had for the kind of life they wanted to live could have been slightly different each year as they were getting a chance to kind of get a taste of this. No, I don't really want that after all. I've grown beyond that. Now I want this. Now I've grown beyond that and I want this kind of a life. I want this kind of vision for myself. Basically, the universe is saying, Virgo, you weren't ready to confidently say, this is what I want. I know unequivocally what will make me happy. Because first you needed some time to taste all these different cups and make sure that you know what is really going to make you happy. Doesn't mean this Virgo didn't know who they were exactly, but I do feel like this Virgo came into this world maybe to have other experiences. Look at this, 6 of Wands. Virgo, all the success is right there. It's right up ahead. Only person right was very confident about what they want. If this Virgo came into this world, say they were someone who we'll just say in past lives, they didn't get a chance to explore as much as they wanted to. In this lifetime, they were determined to get a chance to explore a little bit. They didn't even realize that. They didn't even realize that that's what their soul was hungry for. And so all this time they thought, I don't know, I just keep kind of working and I don't quite develop a long-term situation or I don't have a grand plan for my life. Although I seem like I'm always just kind of like at this kind of plateau. I don't really like move up into some like higher level of commitment, or I haven't bought that house yet, or I haven't started that business yet. All of this is saying it's because the Virgo wasn't actually ready for that yet. They needed first freedom to learn the things that they really wanted to explore. Now it's like full steam ahead. This is happening fast, this big change. So what is the ultimate big change here? Let me get something out of this other deck here, a more abstract deck. I should say an artistic deck. Again with the baby. Somebody could have babies. I love babies. Oh, I adore babies. The shape of them. I always say they look like little raindrops with eyeballs. They're just these little round blobby things with these adorable little twinkling eyes. I don't know. Somebody's got whatever the baby represents, because we've seen it 3 times. It's new life. And that could be it. It's a rebirth for our Virgo. That could be the case. This could be a rebirth in a spiritual sense. This could be somebody who feels like, oh my gosh, I could do anything now, and life is not a plateau. It's not a steady thing. It's not confusing. I actually have created abundance. Maybe now I get to kind of be more playful because I've worked really hard to get to where I am. Now I'm realizing the fruits of my labor have created a world for me, and I can be both in charge of my life and also feel more playful. This could represent that the Virgo themselves is the rebirthed baby, the newborn baby in their own life. But they're also empowered like an emperor or an empress. I think though, somebody's going to have that baby. Princess of Cups, this is new love. This is a fresh beginning in love, in romance. I think that this Virgo is just about to meet the one that they were supposed to have that ultimate life story with. It's a fresh beginning. I really feel like this is a Virgo who's not going to spend any nights alone anymore. I do feel like this was a very single person for a very long time. But there was always some little some little spirit baby that was supposed to be a part of their life, but not until they were really genuinely ready. And they're just now ready. And so is whomever, whether the Virgo is the king or the queen in this scenario, doesn't matter. And I'm not talking about genders here either. This could be same-sex couple, doesn't matter. But the bottom line is two people had to both be in the same energy flow before they were going to get together and have this life, this little amazing new beginning where it's like, it's confident, there's no question, we know what we're doing, we know what we want, and we want each other, and we want to build this life together and maybe create life together. Again, even if this character is well beyond the age of having babies or wanting to grow, a family together, this could be that, again, that baby does not have to represent human child. It can represent whatever they're going to nurture and grow together, which could just be their life together, their empire. Card 18, I don't know, maybe the 18th of this month will be important. But beautiful, beautiful, bold message on that one. I loved it. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy my fictional storytelling, if you are here watching, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It's the best way you can convey to me that you enjoy the channel and want me to keep doing it, and then I will. If you're new here, welcome. I am indeed a fictional storyteller, not a psychic, so bear that in mind. I hope you always have a good time, and whatever you choose for yourself in your world, I hope it's always exactly what you wish. All right.